Is this Toto Wolff buttering up his old friend Lewis Hamilton? Probably still friends, to be fair. I imagine they exchange messages on a certain messaging app that I'm not going to mention because they're pushing that right now with Kimi Antonelli documentary that's on Netflix, I think, something like that. It's WhatsApp, by the way. I'm only just joking, but I imagine they still talk every now and again, and Wolff has come out in the media and publicly praised Hamilton. He said that his magic will see him through at Ferrari. He's not going to struggle for much longer. And in fairness, I probably agree with that, but I think Ferrari are also struggling. Of course, what race is coming up next? The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, the Gran Premiero Emilia-Romagna over in Italy, at Imola, the heartland of Ferrari. I mean, Monza's big, obviously, but Imola is their true home race. And the Tifosi, they ain't going to be happy if Ferrari aren't performing. But for me, as bad as it sounds, as long as Hamilton keeps up with Charles Leclerc, as long as he's around the same position, not much between them, he's going to do fine. The car is clearly the problem then, and it's not just the driver. Anyway, let's have a look at what he said here. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com, as always, guys. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has expressed his unwavering belief in Lewis Hamilton's abilities, insisting that the 7-time world champion's magic is still present despite facing some challenges in his first few races with Ferrari. That's putting it mildly. Wolff is confident that once Hamilton fully aligns with the car, he would deliver stellar performances. Hamilton made a high-profile move to Ferrari on a multi-year deal at the end of the 2024 season, ending his successful 12-year stint with Mercedes. While he expressed some highlights such as a dominant victory from pole in the sprint at China, the British driver has also been candid about the issues he's encountered as he adapts to the SF25. When asked if he was surprised by Hamilton's challenging start at Ferrari, Wolff said, "I think we saw that magic in the sprint race in Shanghai. He was completely dominating that race. It's not like you have the magic in one race and then you suddenly lose the magic in the next one." He added, "I very much believe that it's still there. If he aligns all his performance contributors and feels he is in the right space and the car is to his liking, he will be stellar, I have no doubt. But I'm also not surprised he's had those road bumps." Just to pick out from that quote as well, the car is to his liking. I think, and this is something that a lot of people in comments have expressed, I think Hamilton needs a car to be a very particular way to be a dominating Formula 1 driver. I'm not just talking about winning the odd race here and there. I think when he has a car that suits him down to the ground, like he did at Mercedes for many, many years, he is unstoppable. He's different to Max Verstappen, in Max Verstappen can drive anything. He can drive the wheels off anything. And I think Hamilton might have been able to do that earlier in his career as well. That's debatable, but right now I don't think he can do that. I think he needs a car that's to his liking to do very well. But if he gets it, oh boy, nobody can stop him at that point. Wolff attributed the adjustment period to Hamilton's long tenure at Mercedes, saying, "He was with us for 12 years, the way of operating. He's been put in a Ferrari where his teammate Charles Leclerc has been for a long time. And his teammate clearly is one of the very good ones. So from the outside and speaking to him, it's a trajectory that any new driver needs to go through in a top team." Since Hamilton's departure, George Russell has been joined by rookie Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes, with the pair enjoying a solid start to the season, placing the team second in the Constructors' Championship. Wolff praised the new dynamic, highlighting Russell's growth as a senior driver and Antonelli's steady progress. His progress has been electric, it's not been steady. I mean, the man got 4th place in his first race in the wet in Australia. He's unbelievable. What a driver is Antonelli. But yeah, I was predicting, you can look at the videos if you want, guys. The visual evidence is there. I can't get rid of it. Well, I could, but I'm not going to. Why would I do that? Got to make the monetization money somehow, you know? Ad revenue's got to come from somewhere. But, you know, in all seriousness, I am surprised that Hamilton is struggling this much. But I also think that if you look at his performances overall, there's not been that many stinkers. I mean, Saudi was pretty bad. Miami, you could argue it was pretty good. I mean, he was up there with Charles Leclerc. Obviously not where he wants to be. 8th place. Come on, that's terrible. But it's not his fault. It's the car. Charles Leclerc was in 7th place. He was just in front of him. So clearly that car is just not good around there. Unless we forget, he got a podium in the sprint. Yeah, you could say, oh, he was lucky, he was fortuitous. Yeah, of course he was. But he took his chance, and anybody else was free to stop when he did. They chose not to. He did. And it worked out for him. Obviously got the sprint win in China as well. There have been some good performance points, but there's also been a lot of struggles too. But like Wolff said, you've been doing something for 12 years. 12 years, guys. What were you doing 12 years ago? Me? I was in secondary school. I was doing my A-levels. I wasn't even in uni. So that's a long time, right? To do something, be somewhere for a very long time. You're part of the furniture, you're part of a machine that is working as efficiently and as effectively as what Mercedes is. And then you got a Ferrari, which is different. And if you're being cynical, does not quite work on the same level as what Mercedes does. I'm not saying they do, I'm not saying they don't, but some people will say they definitely do. And we've seen elements of this. We've seen Hamilton saying to Carlos Sainz, who of course he replaced at Ferrari, being like, oh, they do things differently, their data there. The way they work is completely different, and Carlos Sainz is like, yeah, I know. Carlos Sainz at this point driving for literally half the team on the grid at this point, so he knows them all very well, and Ferrari clearly is the outlier compared to the likes of Renault, now Alpine of course, McLaren, Williams, Ferrari being the outlier, I should say, in that too. So yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. I want to hear what you have to say about this, of course, but yeah, I'm not, when I'm thinking about it, taking a step away, getting off the Hamilton hype train, I'm not too surprised that he's struggling either. And I do back him to get on top of things. And I also think that the car's not there either. It's not just him. But man, it's going to be awkward this weekend if Hamilton is not doing well at Imola. If he's a long way behind Charles Leclerc. Because this is a racetrack where you got to qualify well. Overtaking is now impossible. He qualifies behind the Williamses, for example. If he qualifies outside the top 10, which he did in Miami, let's not forget about that, he might struggle to score points. I'm not saying he's going to be in trouble and he should be watching his back, but, you know, I don't think people will be too pleased over in Northern Italy about that. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. See you soon for much content like this, and yeah, have a great time wherever you are in the world today.